Hello, everybody. Let me know on your end, as per usual, if everything is matching up. If you can hear me, on my end, it is like I'm seeing myself a few minutes behind here. So let me know what's going on if you would, please. I thought I had all this figured out, but I mean, it's me. So all right. So can anybody hear me? I will continue to talk in the meantime until we get this figured out because I'm not getting any comments either. So it's a delay, but sounds good. Okay, so there is a delay. Well, I was hoping we wouldn't have that problem. Let's see here. What I guess we'll continue. Audio not synced. Well, it's a good thing this isn't a. Oh, I don't know why it's doing that. Last time I did that, it eventually caught up. So we'll just hope it does the same. All right. Well, it's Jesse. How's everyone doing today? It's been a long time since I've done a live. I mean, yeah, there was about 3 or 4 months there I didn't even make a video. So, but I am back, and I got a few things that just came out, a few videos. So I don't know if you had a chance to see those. If you haven't, check them out. Oh, it's about ready to be synced up, so it's getting there. Cheers, everybody. Glad to see you here. All right. So let's see here. Let's start getting some of the. Oh, yeah. Happy belated Veterans Day. The 10th was, as everyone knows, my birthday. So Marine Corps birthday. So that was the 10th. And then on the 11th, everyone else gets to celebrate. So let's see here. Glad to see you back making videos. Thank you. So I actually had a video that I put all together, then I deleted it because I just figured I'd do it as a live instead. So what had happened is basically I had to go back to work. And what I do is I'm a salesperson, and what I'm selling right now happens to be RVs. And right now is the slow time for RVs, which means that I was able to take 3 months off. And so I'm going to be spending 3 whole months in the shop. I'm actually working on a couple of videos right now that I'm recording. I'm recording a video on a table that I'm making. I'm recording a video on, I don't know if I'm going to release it because I don't know if I like it. So one about what to do with you know how you have gift exchanges and you get stuff that is not woodworking related, like gift cards for Bath and Body Works and things like that. How can you use those? So stuff like that. Sorry, I forgot to look at the camera here. Apparently I like cigars now too. That's a new thing for me. So I'm relaxing and you're going to relax with me today, and we're just going to talk and have some fun. When it comes to, let's see here, I almost forgot my banners. You'd think I've never done this before. There it is. Welcome back. What I've been doing. So, like I said, 3 months off. What I'm doing now is making videos, working on some stuff. I got a lot of Christmas gifts I got to make. Some for a couple things for family, some special projects, things like that. Desk for my daughter in her room. So, since I don't want it to be, we're not going to be making anything made out of like walnut. Now it's going to have some new trim in the walnut trim, but it's not going to have, it's going to be made out of mostly plywood. I'm going to make it look nice, but it's for an autistic girl who doesn't really care what it looks like. We just want to give her a place that she can play with her toys and stuff like that. Let's see here. Where are we at here? Good to see back making videos, audios. Sound is a Zigbee. You can hear fine. I got a couple of those. Happy belated birthday. Thank you very much. Marine Corps birthday is always to say. My wife always remembers to say happy birthday. That's how I know I got a good one there. Any new items in the shop? No, but I will be building that back up. So there will be a lot of stuff coming soon. I basically just didn't do anything for 6 months because I basically forgot how to sell. So I had to learn how to be a salesman again. It was so exhausting because I didn't think I'd be back in sales again. Let's see here. Oh yeah, need to build a new cigar. I already got the Spanish cedar ordered, waiting for it to be dropped off because apparently you can't use Eastern cedar. You can, but it's not the best. So, all right, now let's see here. What were we at next banner? What I've been doing, what I'm doing now, what we're doing in the future. Okay, so I am going to. Now, in the past, I had a Patreon page, and I had a few people who really wanted to support me. They were great, and they put up with a lot of. I was not good on my Patreon page. I didn't put enough stuff up there, and then when I did, it was. I mean, it ultimately. I mean, some people had to leave, and then the other people, I refunded money, and then I closed it down. It is back up. I completely changed it. I had like 4 or 5 different levels before. Now I'm down to just $5 and $10. One of the things that I will be doing is basically I'm going to be doing this whole, live with the cigar and beer, talking more about what goes on every week, all the stuff that's not YouTube material. I'm going to do a weekly live on there every Wednesday, same time on Patreon. If no one signs up, I'll be talking to myself, but I will be there. And then I will still do the ones on YouTube. They'll just be once every probably. I'm going to try to do them once a month, but it might be closer to once every 6 weeks or something like that. And that will continue throughout the whole year, even if I have to, make sure that I'm out here when it's freezing cold or if it's 100 degrees. That's what we're going to be doing. Also, there's going to be some extra videos, behind the scene content on there. Name will be on my Patreon video, stuff like that. So if you want, go check it out anytime. If you have right now, I know it's difficult. I mean, the economy is what it is. No pressure. If no one signs up, ain't gonna hurt my feelings. But if you do want to sign up, there will be extra content for you, and I will be posting it. This time I will do the Patreon right. So if you were one of the ones that tried to support me the first time, I promise you there will be some good stuff coming. I already got a couple videos getting ready to be put out there. And then, of course, we'll be doing this every Wednesday. All right, what we got here? Humidor build. Yep, I'm going to be working on that humidor build. As soon as I get that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start at the outside shell, because I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the Spanish cedar it's going to be lined, and I want the outside to be, because it's me, so it's going to be walnut and probably some Purple Heart. The only thing that you need to have on the inside is the Spanish cedar is the only thing that needs to be on the inside. You could use, like I said earlier, you could use Eastern cedar, but apparently it does affect the taste some. And Spanish cedar, it was easy to order. I got it from Woodworker Source, so the same place that what is it? Four Eyes, Chris Salamoni, he's been in Sean Boyd. They've been getting all their stuff from them. So we'll see how the order comes through, if it's a nice, smooth order. But it didn't cost a whole lot in shipping, so that was nice. My husband one. I'm going to assume you say you built one for your husband, so that's awesome. Oh, Melinda, old friend, saying hi. Hello, how are you? Nice to see you on here. All right. Go back all the way to high school. She was one of the poor souls that dated me for a little while when I wasn't the nicest person in the world. Oh, I forgot to put this on there about the Patreon. All right, so I've done a couple recent videos. Hopefully you had a chance to see them. I did one. Actually, I think I did two. Yeah, I did two fairly recently. I did one just about a second shop tour about the changes I made. That one is really not going to, when I say hold up, I mean, I'm going to be making some major changes. I got a lot of plans. First off, I don't know if you can see this, but this thing right here, it's not supposed to do that. So we're going to be rebuilding my flip cart. And that means I'm going to decide what I actually want on the flip cart. I'm really torn because I really need to put my planer off the ground. So I have my jointer. I got my jointer off the ground, but I want to put it on my flip cart. Now, in order to put it on my flip cart, I'd have to take my saw off of there. I got my, you can see it sticking right there, my miter saw. Having my miter saw on there is not a problem. It works well for me. The only issue that I have is that I'd need to make a miter table. So great, another build. But in the meantime, I'm still going to have a tool on the ground. Where I'm torn is my ultimate goal is I sold my drum sander because really, if I'm going to splurge for a new tool, it's going to be an 8-inch jointer with a big bed, because that is really the one tool that would just make everything so much easier if I could do that. So that's what my goal is, and that's what I'm hoping I'll do soon. But anyways, I was saying I got the shop tour video. Over the next year, there's going to be some changes. I'm going to try to finally finish this off, put sheetrock all the way through like I wanted to. Maybe even upgrade the heating and air conditioning, all that good stuff, all that stuff that I want to do. And then the other video was one of my dad's planes. I refurbished it. And that one was probably the first video where I did mostly voiceover, so it was brand new for me. That was a lot harder than I thought. Voiceover is, I don't know how guys like Four Eyes, Bourbon Moth do that, because I'm assuming you have to record just so much content that you can say what you want to say and then edit all the stuff around that. For me, I had to do it the other way around. I had to, because I'm the only person who does the camera work in here. So I set it up, I do a little bit of work, and then I have to take it down, or I take my phone down and then reset. I mean, if I had a cameraman, this would be so much easier, but maybe when I get to, we're going to do a little bit of a digression here. Hold on one second for me. I was going to put this in here. So let me add this banner here. And I say we because I'm not doing this alone. And everyone who's watching this is someone who you're really part of it here. I mean, I usually have the same people in the videos. Guys and ladies are just, really, it's awesome because I'm starting to build a community, and I have a small channel. So I got a small community, but that's great. Eventually it's going to get a little bit bigger, but I know the core is going to be there. We are close to 10,000 subscribers. Now, for you guys, that don't mean anything. For me, that means I hit my next goal, and that's a goal I've been working on for a while. I was at 8,000 subscribers after after the dollar store video. I think I was like at 7 to 8,000 pretty quick, and then it just, slowed down. The video about building, making your shop better, that one picked up. So that one, that's my second highest video so far. A lot of great comments on that. Apparently that one really helped people. So that one's my new favorite. Yes, the first dollar store video has 500,000 views. It's got me over, I think, 6,000 subscribers. But my last video hadn't even got 1,000 views yet. So that means that's what happens on YouTube. You get a lot of dead subscribers, things like that. People who like you for a minute and they just forget to take you off, or, whatever at that particular in time, whatever I'm talking about, it's not interesting to them. But we are really close to 10,000 subscribers, which is awesome. And if I up my content intake, maybe someone will come to me and say, hey, can you talk about our product? And one of the things I did want to let you know is that if someone is willing to pay me to talk about their product, I'm going to take it. Now, I'm going to be very selective about it. I'm not going to take anything that I don't like. If it's, I'm not the wood whisperer, so Powermatic or anything ain't going to reach out to me. But if they did, I wouldn't take one like that unless I absolutely, like if it was Saw Stop, which they don't do those because they don't need to. But if it was Saw Stop, I would, because I believe in their product. If it's Delta, I got a lot of Delta stuff, I would do that. If it's, some brand new on the market, Chinese, Japanese, whatever, Amazon type, and the engraver, then no, I won't, because I'm not going to use it. I got my own, right? Stuff like that. More than likely to be like Policy Genius, or, not even that big, something small. But I'm just saying, let it be out there. But my goal is to not have to go back to work ever again. At least not that kind of work. Stay out of sales, stay in here, so I can just make content. I know it's going to take probably 5, 6, 7 years to get there, but every little bit helps. So the sooner I get there, the better it would be for me. And because, I absolutely love doing this. Yep, Spanish Sheeter. Yep, definitely. Sorry, I can't remember. Were you part of MEU when you were in? I was in 2nd Battalion, 5th Marine. So I went overseas twice and went to Okinawa twice, went on float twice, and I was on the Bellwood one year. And for the life of me, I can't remember. The Bellwood, I think, might have been the second one. I can't remember what the first one was that I was on. Oh, am I running out of? But yeah, so I think if you do, I think that anytime you go on a float, you're part of an MEU. So I just can't remember which one it was. I just remember I was with 2.5. Well, Stephanie, yeah, we went to school together. Love that goal. Yeah, well, that's my goal. I mean, why not, right? I mean, I love doing this. So, let's see here. I was on the Bellwood 97 to 2000. Yeah, so we might have been on the same ship, because I was definitely on the Bellwood my second tour, and I got out in 2000. I got out in September. No, I was supposed to get out in September. I got out on a school cut, so I got out in July to go to school, and then September is when the towers hit, and I was for certain I was going to get called back because I was a grunt, but I didn't. So it was crazy, but I never got called back, which I did lose some friends though. Thank you for service. Well, thank you for so much for saying that. Today I was in the VA because I had to get physical therapy on my shoulder. Apparently, I don't know, I'm fat and I hurt my shoulder or something like that. But I was there today, and apparently I thought the appointment was at 10:30, but it was actually at 12:30. So I got there about 15 minutes early, like I'm supposed to. And I sat there for about an hour, and everyone was coming and going, but I had so many different types of people sitting next to me. I was telling my wife earlier, the first guy he was in his 80s, a farmer, lives in a small town around here. And we talked for 15 minutes or something like that until he went back. And then after that, and it was about a 55 to 60-year-old black gentleman who served in the Marine Corps, and he asked what service I was in. I said Marines. He said Semper Fi. So immediately we had a lot in common. We sat there and talked, and good guy. Anyways, we just sat there and talking, and I was thinking how, we got all these problems out in the world. People hating each other. People seem like they can't talk to each other. Everyone's talking about how. And I never believed that anyone should do voluntary, mandatory service like a lot of these countries have. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, maybe if you get these people together and you put a uniform on them and make them serve together for a couple years, there'll be a bond there. But on the other hand, maybe not, because if you make them do it, it's different than volunteers. But, I got a little bit of, even though I went early, maybe my wife says maybe I was there to, let those old guys have someone to talk to. Because, even after that, there was 2 more guys that sat down, and, I know how it is with age when you get lonely and you want to talk to someone, but maybe it was for me too, just so I can, remember that the world is not the internet, because the internet sucks, except for this channel and, the woodworking. And now I'm watching a lot of cigar videos, because when I get into a hobby, I said this before, I go all in. So, I have to learn everything I need to know about cigars. And apparently, just like woodworking, there's way too much content out there. So, excuse me, I got a cough too. So, retired U.S. Navy. Well, thank you for your service. Worked on the CIWS. Please let me know what that is, because it's been a while. So, let's see. I'm getting ready to build a baby crib out of cherry. Nice baby crib. Okay, so are you going to be building like using a lathe for the slats for the bars in there? Or... another Marine there. Z's. Didn't know he was on here. How's it going? All right, let's see where we're at on my banners here. All right, so like one of the things I was talking about is I was going to make a video, and I don't think I'm going to. I got the video halfway done, and I'm just not happy with it. There's not really a whole lot of content there, and some of the stuff that I know that I can get or that I need, I don't have. So making a video about stuff I don't have is kind of weird. But so let's say you get a non-woodworking gift card. There's gift exchanges, or even if you're in a gift exchange, you're like, okay, is there something that I need that I can get from my shop? I can think of a couple things right off the bat. If I'm in a gift exchange and there's a crock pot, I'm taking that crock pot. With that crock pot, because I make, and one of the things I want to be able to put on, answering into the question earlier, that I want to be able to put on the website is my own special blend for my cutting boards. A crock pot is the best way to make that in the shop. So definitely going to pick up a crock pot. There's other things you could do with it. Any kind of shaker you can use for, like if you want to mix shellac and stuff like that. And you can get these things at things like Bed Bath and Beyond. So if you get, a Bed Bath and Beyond, there's stuff there, Tupperware. Apparently for beginners, the best, until I make my own, and the best you can use just a Tupperware and they sell little humidifier packs you can throw in there for cigars as a humidor real quick. But the other things that's out there that you can use for gift cards. Now none of y'all might be creators, so you might need any of this. But if you get a Best Buy gift card, for me, if I get a Best Buy gift card, I'm looking at, what can I do? Like what I want to do is that right now, this is my little microphone, but I don't like wearing my, overalls, whatever it's called, when I'm working and when I'm not working. And then if I clip it here, I'm showing chest hair, or it's underneath my beard, and I'm never shaving my beard. I need to fix it up though. It's a little woolly. But if you get anything for Best Buy, like for me, I need to get one of those microphone stands so I can, look professional, and basically put this in there. I can plug that one in. I'm also looking to, if I'm there, batteries are huge. My calipers always, it's always at the worst time that I don't have a battery for my caliper or something stupid like that. And then the next day I got to go get one, and you can get them at the dollar store, but I mean, if you can get some good ones, you might as well, right? Let's see here. Where do we leave off at? 20 mm radar controlled Gatling gun. Nice. I was a machine gunner, so we got the 0331 and a weapons platoon. not Weapons Company. So Weapons Company was the 50 cal, the big boy. We got the 240 Golf, which was a 7.62. Basically, I think it took the place of the M40, which is what it was before. I got a pattern. It uses dowels. Okay, nice. Hey, I'm all for that. I mean, you don't have to, that's actually pretty nice being able to use dowels. Let's see here. What do we got here? My band was fortunate to play for all the Army and Air Force bases in Germany and England. Was one of the greatest times of my life. Nice, especially being overseas. That's great. You can tell them to lose. You can sell them too, but lose some money. Oh, you talking? Are we talking about the cribs? Because now I'm confused. Z's 25s, weapons 81s. So that was, if I remember correctly, we were first platoon was us machine gunners. Second platoon, no, yeah, because we were 2-5, which was weapons company, and then first platoon was machine gunners. Second platoon was mortars. Third platoon, there was only 3 platoons in this case. Third platoon was not were they tow? No, not tow gunners. They were the smalls. That's what it was. They were small, so yeah. Attached to golf company. That's it. Wait, 81s. Yeah, because the other ones are 60s. Yeah. Oh, gift cards. Yeah, that's what you're talking about. Yeah, you could sell them online too. I know that there is places around here that used to buy them, but for like a fraction of, not a fraction, but they would make some money on there. Ford Observer online, you can sell them. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's me. I figured you got here from that instead of it'd be funny if you like, oh, this guy's a woodworker, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, hey, wait, I know him. But I just figured because I think we've been friends on Facebook for a little while. Semper Fi. All right, let's see here. We're over here. Okay. Oh, the gift cards too. If you get, even if you get ones for Hobby Lobby is a treasure trove of stuff that you can get. Dowels. I got some stuff from Hobby Lobby here. What did I get just recently that was really handy? See, I can't remember. But Hobby Lobby's got a lot of good stuff. So there's always stuff you could do with that. That's why I didn't make a video out of this, because it was mostly me talking. And it seems like the comment that I get most on my videos is that basically I talk too much to get to the comment. So I've been cutting that down a little bit. Give me 1 second here. All right. Let's see here. I got one for Steakhouse. But it's in Pennsylvania, so I sold it. Yeah, Steakhouse is good to go to, but you ain't going to do any woodworking in there, I don't think. Hobby Lobby sells rice paper if you get into. Oh, okay. Actually, I'm glad you mentioned that. My wife was talking about making one of those because she had a design she wanted to use on our what do you call it? The Glowforge. And then we just haven't been able to do it. But yeah, the rice paper, the one I wanted to do was going to be with to make it a little more sturdy, was going to be with acrylic on the inside. But I know that if you want to make it traditional, you use that paper. I've also gotten smaller sheets of acrylic there before. I got the insides of a clock there. they sell a lot of stuff that is made to be hobby paints there. So if I need a certain paint, they do have dyes and stuff like that. Vinyl, if you have a vinyl cutter. I mean, the Hobby Lobby, it's hobbies, right? So there's all kinds of stuff that you can do there if you want to. Um, Walmart, all those big places, they just have stuff there that you could use. Do you make the hidden shells for the pew? I actually, one of the things that I got coming up soon is so me and my wife got a sleep number bed. And the problem with the sleep number bed is that it kind of sits away from the wall a little bit because there's plugs there, and the way our plugs are, we couldn't put it all the way back. So we have a shelf. I got to make a shelf there. And I thought about doing that, but uh, I have not made one yet, but I do love those videos. The ones that we're gonna have, it's just gonna have ours isn't a in a little, you touch it and then boom, it pops out. But the ones I like are the ones where the guy just reaches back, the thing flips over, and he's got a 12 gauge pew pew in his hand. Yeah, let's see where we're at here. All right. All right, give me 1 second here. All right, sorry about that. Haven't done a live in a while, so. All right, so it's been crazy. I don't know how everything's going with you guys. I know it's Christmas time or it's getting close to Christmas time. I'm one of those guys where it's Christmas time as soon as I don't decorate for Christmas, but to me, I'm in Christmas mood as soon as Halloween ends. So yes, I'm that guy. I've already watched Christmas movies and listened to a little bit of Christmas music, but I'm not one of those people that Christmas ends starts when Thanksgiving ends, because then it's only a month and we need a little bit longer than that. So I'm one of those annoying people. I'll say happy holidays and things like that right now. Don't say Merry Christmas because it's the holidays, and I think happy holidays is completely acceptable right now. I really do. But that's just me. I'm that guy. So, and I don't know. The only movie I won't watch this early is A Christmas Story, because that's something that me and my dad used to watch together on Christmas Eve, TBS, when they show it for 24 hours. So on Christmas Eve, I watch it. Good news is my son will be visiting this year for Christmas. So we didn't get to see him during the summer because he decided to stay in Michigan where he's at. But he got a job. He's got his own apartment. I mean, he's just being a man, being an adult. But me, I'm glad he's coming in so we can watch it together. So, life has been a little crazy going through all of this, trying to slow down a little bit, cutting out the caffeine, stuff like that, a little bit more, uh, don't really have a whole lot to say about life. It revolves around work. I will say that I have been trying to doing this thing, not tonight, of course, because I wanted to talk to you guys, but after so in the last video I mentioned that I'm trying to switch more to hand tools, and that's for a couple different reasons. And that was a scene that I cut out of there. One of for three main reasons. One, even though I'm not one of these, people who go out and glue their hands to paintings or stuff like that, I do want to use less electricity, mainly because it costs me less, and two, because I'm very much a what happens if the world were to go to hell tomorrow, and I still want to do woodworking. Well, I don't want to be reliant on tools that I can't use, so I'm going to learn how to use my hand tools a little bit better. So then I always have, all I have to be able to do is sharpen, right? Two, because I did start to realize that I was taking in more dust than I should. And it was scaring me a little bit. I think it was affecting my breathing a little bit, because when I took those 6 months, basically for the 6 months I was working, I hardly came into the shop. There were some things I had to do, build some marquee letters and things like that, because they were paying customers. But that is, that took me a couple days, and then it was because it was it was depressing, because I felt like, okay, I tried to make a business out of this and I failed, and I talked about a little bit of that in a couple videos ago. But so I'm just trying to trying to cut down the amount of, because I could tell that my breathing got better. So I was like, okay, about wearing my mask when I should. My desk collection was falling apart. I put it together, and I did not do it good enough. In fact, I had to redo the desk collection, and I'm ordering another couple parts. It did help that I got rid of the drum sander, so then that's one less a place. What do you call a connection? And so as long as I don't have that connection, I don't have the air going in that tube, and I could just shut it off completely. And thirdly, because I'm just trying to put down as much. So I'm cutting out the internet at night. Like I put my phone down at least for an hour into 15 minutes. And by doing that, I'm like, okay, I want to do the same thing in the shop. I've come to realize that I don't do anything I don't do anything. So I have patience for people, certain people. Being the parent of autistic girls, I got all the patience in the world for that. But I don't have patience for myself. So whenever I'm trying to do something, I rush through it, and I think it's because I just assume I can. So one of the things I'm working on really really hard is to focus on what I'm doing more. Focus on the task at hand, and I find that I have a better chance of doing that when I'm using hand tools. So really working on trying to increase my hand tool usage, and that's actually been difficult because hand tools it's just not as easy as power tools. Some people like Rob Cos make it look easy, but it is not. I found out today that my number 7 plane that I've been using has been put together wrong. So I went to adjust the the left and right on it, and all of a sudden it wouldn't adjust in one direction than the other. And I'm like, well, that's weird. So I was trying to flatten this top right here that my bench that I've been working on for a couple months. And when I was trying to adjust it, I kept taking, gouges out of it. So I adjust it the other way, with the lever. And then all of a sudden it's good, but it's not there. And I'm like, well, I can't move it anymore. Come to find out that I guess when I put it together last time, I didn't put the frog on right. And it could have been today, but I did put the frog on right. And then when I did get the frog on right, I realized that there was actually, I had to reflatten the frog, so it wasn't completely my fault. So I had to reflatten the frog, and I've been sitting here thinking, how many times have I used it like this before? Getting frustrated, thinking it was me, and then I just said, you know what, the hell with it, I won't use the hand tools. But got that figured out, so hopefully I won't have that issue anymore. All right, let's see where we're at here. Do you have a helical head in your planner? No, I don't. I have I know they make them for them, but I don't have it. I have the standard and that, and my jointer. Now my jointer, don't have it in my jointer either. So that's the other thing is I want to do is, if I can learn to use my plane correctly, I can actually have a better finish. It's a lot less sanding, and everyone hates sanding. So, you know, but the best thing for me would be able to do is be able to, like, I'm working on this table now, and I'll have some pictures up on that on the Patreon, and I'll have some pictures on social media like Instagram and stuff like that as I'm doing it. But I got the legs put together now, and I tried to I hit them up with the plane before one of them, I hit them up with the plane before I put it together, and I used my Dow Max and things like that. The other one, I used sandpaper. The time difference between the two was about 4 times as long to sand, and it actually was smoother on the plain one. Now, it turns out that I kind of messed up the plain one because I had a chip in because I rushed it. When I sharpened my plane blade, I flattened the back like I'm supposed to, but I just really didn't pay attention to the tip, and there was some small little, it wasn't completely flat all the way across. So there was some small little divots that left a little bit. So I ended up having to sand it anyways. Now, this time after I can hit it with the plane again before I finish it, and it should be really smooth. So my goal is to skip the sanding by using my card scraper. That was the other video I did. So I've done 3 videos since, anyways. Did the card scraper, which has been a godsend. That little $24 sharpener was that easy to use, because now I can actually use my card scraper the right way, and that is really helpful. I need to get a cabinet scraper next for some other jobs. Happy holidays is good, but putting Christmas stuff up before Thanksgiving is just nope. Yeah, so I agree with you there. I don't have any Christmas stuff up yet. It will go up before Thanksgiving, probably about a week before Thanksgiving. But no one's coming to the house this time for Thanksgiving, so no one will see it anyways. First attempt is learning to fail. Yes, and 100%. I mean, I've made so many mistakes. I mean, that's most of my channel is about, like, I think I'm 2 videos ago, I think I said that my new tagline is "Let's see what this idiot can do," and I'm just kind of going with that, because everything that I'm doing now is a first time. I'm trying to make sure that every project that I do is something I just did for the first time. So on this it's a console table. I've already made one, but this console table has basically, the last time I made a console table, I just made the top, and then I put some pin legs on there, the, what do you call it, the metal legs on there. But this time I actually made the whole thing. That's going to be so I'm pretty excited about that. And then of course, I'm going to be naming it and all that stuff. Made it. Glad that you were here. Hand tools are good weapons. Yeah, there you go. My Japanese saws, it may be slow, but I'll take a bite out of you, that's for sure. Anyways, I know it's been a long time since we had a chance to talk. Like I said, these are, my cigar went out, but I'll light it up here in a second. This is something I plan on doing every Wednesday, and when on the Patreon, and then when I do, it's going to be talking about. So, I kind of feel that YouTube is more of a polished site most of the time, and I most of the time when I go on YouTube, it's because I have a question, or I go down a rabbit hole somehow. I'm like, okay, let me look this thing up, and then YouTube Shorts is starting to suck me in a little bit. So, YouTube Shorts, I like their algorithm pretty good. So, anyways, you start, and then you start learning content. You start learning things, and then you start seeing the content. The Patreon is more for the creator. And just to let you know, that's what you're going to get on the Patreon if you decide to become a part of that family there. Actually, you're part of my family already, but if you decide to enjoy the family from that section, it's going to be more about me. There might be times that I just hop on there just to say, hey, look, this is just what happened to me. This is how I fixed this issue I have. And it's going to be more about me personally and what I do every week at the shop. So like this week in the shop, Monday, I spent all day working on the table, and I actually had to redo the top. So if you go to my Instagram, you'll see that I made a Facebook, and I kind of sent out a picture, and I had a live edge, and I was going to do a live edge on this. The problem is that the piece that I have is not big enough for my planer, and I have to decide whether or not I want to go take it somewhere to for because there's people around here I could probably use, friends, things like that. And then I got this beautiful, and I'm going to post a picture of that grain tomorrow after I run it through the planer again, because right now it's got a lot of I used some 5-minute epoxy and black dye, because it's got a lot of little I don't know if it's bugs or something like that, but just little holes and some. Anyways, so I went ahead and cleaned all those up. The grain on this thing was absolutely beautiful. It was a piece of walnut that I got from my local wood guy, which I will be. I talked to him. I'm going off of everywhere here. I talked to him, and he said that he's going to. We're going to talk. So I'm going to do a video. So exclusive, I guess. I got 2 two types of videos coming up that I'm going to be doing that are either going to be like really awesome or they're going to fall flat. But like I promised in my woodshop video, I'm just doing what I like to do, and hopefully you guys like it too. One of them is going to be this guy that I get my wood from. He's awesome, and he is. He's gonna walk me through a shop on video. I'm gonna ask him questions. He's gonna show me how he gets the wood down, how he decides which one, because he's also part of the Missouri Conservation. So he's going to let me know how he picks which ones that is ready to go, because he doesn't cut down good growing strong trees because he doesn't need to. This is just something he likes to do, but he still gets a really good wood. So I'm going to do a video on that. It's kind of interesting. And then the other one is, and I started lining them out, but I had to take a couple weeks off because for doing that. So I already got a couple of people lined up. I'm going to do shop tours of other people, small, big, medium, that live in the area. And they're going to let us know what they build, what they like to make, what their shop looks like, how long they've been doing it. We're just going to meet some woodworkers of the Heartland, because that's where I live, is in the Heartland. So I think it's going to be really cool, something completely different. We're not going to, because here's the thing. I know I'm lucky. I got a CNC machine. I got a saw stop, right? Not everyone has that, right? I got a glow forge I hardly use. Not everyone has that. I still am not one of these creators that got, they could fit 4 of my shops in their shop, but I still know that I'm lucky in that case. So we're going to meet everyone else, and let's just see what normal shops look like for people who have no interest in being YouTube famous or anything like that. Let's just meet some woodworkers of the Heartland. So I'm looking forward to that. And hopefully that's something that would interest you too. If you live anywhere within, I'd say 2-hour distance of Cape Girardeau, Missouri, let me know if you want to, if you want me to come visit and see your shop and put it on video. I'd be more than happy. Just let me know. All right, let's catch up here. Made it. Awesome. Oh, I think all right, we did that one. Late but present. Glad you're here. Thank you. Can't wait for those videos. New thickness planer. Nope. Well, no, I've had that one since I've started. It's just that I have the shop a little bit, but no, that's the same thickness planer that I've had. Do I have any new tools this week? That's another thing on the videos and when I do the lives every week. No new tools this week except for that one that you saw me, the plane you saw me rebuild. And yeah, no new tools this week. The last new tool I got before that, and I can't believe it took me forever to get this, is my carpenter square. That's probably, honestly, that's probably one of the best things I've bought this year. I did take my expensive square to make sure that one is square. But because that one is square, I use that thing all the time, especially for larger pieces. So that was awesome. You can stop by our shop at any time. I will be in touch with you on that for sure. Birchman Wood Company LLC. We'll always look into. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about that program there. The videos that I want to make, because one, it gets me out the house and it gets me to meet other people, and that's always a good thing. And who knows? How much finding square carpenter square. Yeah, I just got lucky on this one. I got one of the woodpeckers. I got one of the red ones. And I took that with me, and it was pretty square. I did grind a little bit of it down. So I use probably one of my favorite things in the world is MDF and you saw this in my last video, with some sandpaper on there. If you get the wet and dry sandpaper glued on there, spray some water on it, you can go to town and you can flatten anything in no time at all. One of my favorite things. All right. Well, we got a few minutes left, so if anyone wants to throw some more questions in there, please do. Cooling down. Yeah, here it is. Ooh, what is it right now? I don't know. I'm a big guy, so I usually wear my sweatshirt. I mean, I don't usually have to wear my sweatshirt. Like right now, I don't have the AC or the heater on because it's just extra noise that we don't need. But most of the time, I actually prefer the winter. So and even when I was thinny, even when I was skinny, I enjoyed the winter. I usually don't wear a jacket or anything like that. I'm sure as I get older, eventually my skin's gonna get thinner and stuff like that. But I prefer the cold. So, which is why if it works this way, even if I do have to, because like I said, I know it's going to take quite a few years in order for, if I'm even good enough for it to happen, if I'm interesting enough and people care enough for it to happen, for me to become where I could do this by itself and do this only. In the meantime, I got a great job, work for a great company. Selling RVs is a lot of fun. The only thing is those things get insanely hot in the summertime because they're not plugged in when you're just showing them. They're just sitting out there. They get so hot, unbelievably hot in the summertime. I mean, that might have been part of the reason why I was so tired all the time when I got home. Plus, I was working 45 minutes away, so I had an hour and a half commute every day. How's the family? They're actually doing okay. Wife's doing fairly good. The kids are always the kids. They're always happy, especially the girls. Being autistic, and they just live their best life because that's my job. My job is to make sure that they are about as happy as they'll be all the way for their whole life. So, you know. But thank you for asking. I appreciate it. You're doing local craft shows this holiday season. This holiday season, no, I will not be doing any this season. I thought about it, but the reason why is because, and I think I mentioned this, my ultimate goal, the person I look up to a lot of people on YouTube, but the person who basically is at the place right now that I want to be is Four Eyes, is Chris Salamone, because he makes whatever the heck he wants to make. And then he either sells it. Same thing for Blacktail Studio, really. But he takes orders. But I just want to be able to make what I want to make, and then I sell it. And then if I sell it, someone wants it, great. If not, so be it. But I do think that because I do have a new expensive hobby in cigars, and that apparently watching cigar videos on YouTube and Instagram leads you into the whiskey, bourbon, Scotch area. And now I'm like, I'd like to try some of that. So, I think next year I might stock up on a bunch of small little Christmas stuff, but I'm going to be designing some of that stuff this year. I am going to be making 3 marquee letters for our house, Joy. So I'll be making those. And then I don't think the marquee letters by themselves are a great video because there's so many of them, but I am planning on making about 3 or 4 different Christmas gifts. So I think I'm going to do what a lot of people do, is like 5 things you can make for Christmas. Another thing that I think is a good one is whiskey smokers. I have these here. I made this for someone who I haven't delivered it in like 6 months. I really need to. But he also said that he has some scotch I can try. So I think I'm going to take that to him and try some of his scotch here. Almost 10,000 subs. Yeah, we're getting really close. Do you run your hair 24/7 or move? So I do. This one's got a thermostat built in, and I keep it to where it just doesn't freeze in here. Because, like I said, I don't care if it's cold, especially if you're using hand tools. Because if you're using hand tools, eventually it heats you up. But I keep it to where it's probably just about 45 to 50 degrees. The first winter when I had nothing in here, I left the glue in here, and I made. Let's see if I can. Oh, wait, my camera's back there. I made this right here, and I had a reptile light in there to keep it warm. So it barely kept everything above freezing, but that worked. And I only had a few things in there to begin with. So, but now I do keep that on. It's off now. I can feel it getting a little perky in here, but like I said, I like it, but I'll turn it on. And like I said, I have a reptile thermometer. I did a video. If you're new to my channel and you didn't see it, I did a video on my heater. I'm going to redo it after probably this year. I think when it hits January and it gets really cold, because it's been about 3 years, to see how it's holding up. So I'll do a re-up video. Plus, I'm getting people who are actually looking at that video, but that video is it's awful. I mean, it was like one of my first videos, and it's like 5 minutes of information and 10 minutes of me flapping my gums like here. So let's see here. Laid in the future. If it was up to me, yes, my wife, for some reason, let me say this. If the Saw Stop ever came out with the lathe, then my wife would be on board. Cool, great idea. Swanson's makes square squares. Todd Empire has good framing squares. I don't even know who mine is. Oh, hey, mine is Swanson. Look at that. Mine is Swanson. Thanks, Michael. All right. We are almost up at the hour point. I want to thank you all for hanging out with me here. A lot of the same names as usual. So I always appreciate you guys. We will do this again on YouTube in about a month and a half. But I will be here same time to next week on Patreon. And what I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to go in and I will set it up to where, because I know that the last time Patreon was the Patreon needed a lot of work, is after today when I post a little bit more content that I've been saving after I let you guys know about the Patreon is so if you want to try it out for 7 days and see if you even what you're going to get, hang around for the next live and see that just tomorrow it'd be available for you to do a 7 day I guess it's called a 7 day free trial to make sure it's worth your time. And if not, then I got some videos coming out. I will be on here again, like I said, 4 to 6 weeks, and probably 4 because I want to get meet again before Christmas. And I will be coming out with some plans. I'm finally going to be putting my first plans on the website, and the shirts are still there. I think I'm going to be taking those down and adding some new ones on there. So I'll be doing a lot of stuff. I'm going to be keeping pretty busy. But if you, if you want to be able to help the channel, great. If not, I will learn it eventually because that's my goal. And we're getting close to 10,000 subscribers, and I can't tell you how much I thank all of you for being here and helping me get there. Y'all have a fantastic day, and I will see you before Christmas. So I won't say Merry Christmas, but I will say Happy Holidays and enjoy your Thanksgiving.